There's a ton of construction going on around the Disneyland Resort right now, so we've got updates on that, and we're saying goodbye to World of Color for a very small period of time. This is D4E-Ticket News. Hey guys, it's Jordan from DisneylandForever.com, and we just got back this weekend from the Disneyland Resort, so we have all sorts of updates to share with you throughout the resort, plus some other small bits of news that you need to be aware of, so let's go ahead and get started. Today, D23 announced the dates of the upcoming 2019 D23 Expo in Anaheim, California. That'll be the 23rd through the 25th of August. The only reason I share this is because if you are planning a trip to Disneyland, even if you are not a major fan of Disneyland, to attend a convention like this, it can be a good and a bad time to go to the parks. If you happen to be in the parks during the actual convention itself, attendance tends to be a little bit lower because everyone's at the convention, they're not at the parks. But if you were there right after the convention, and even a little bit before, it can be really crowded. So you'll want to keep that in mind. And if it seems a little early to be planning this sort of stuff, don't worry, we'll be bringing this up again. Part of this comes from Disneyland's official refurbishment schedule, and the other part of it actually comes from cast members themselves. We can confirm that World of Color is going to be down for refurbishment starting April 13th, which is the day that Pixar Fest begins, and going all the way through till the 23rd of June, which is the day that Pixar Pier opens. There's a lot of construction going on, and I'm actually surprised that it's stayed open as long as it has, because everything is getting covered up by scaffolding, and it doesn't have the same effect as it usually does. And so, since they didn't have any other nighttime spectacular at California Adventure, they've been keeping it open. Once Paint the Night gets here, they're going to be closing that down until Pixar Pier is all finished, and then it should be reopening back up. No problems whatsoever. So just be aware of that if you're traveling to Disneyland the next couple of months. I know all that everyone really cares about right now is construction on Pixar Pier, which is a lot, but there's actually construction happening all throughout the resort. At Downtown Disney, for instance, they've already begun refurbishments on the World of Disney store. About a third of it is now completely off limits. There's one entrance you can't use at all, and most of the store has been blocked off on that side, so you can't even get to it. They have added some new kiosks outside of the World of Disney store to kind of make up for some of the merchandise area that they've lost. But other than that, just be aware it's not going to be as all-encompassing as it usually is. Also, Naples Restaurant and Pizzeria is undergoing some renovations right now. They are staying open through the renovations, but there is a huge wall in front of their restaurant, so just kind of be aware of that as you walk through, and if you think that it's not open, it is, as the signs will definitely let you know. In Disneyland Park, there's also some construction still going on in Fantasyland around Dumbo and It's a Small World. And both of those attractions, they're redoing the queue areas, and Dumbo, it seems to be a much larger feat than you may have really thought. So there's a lot of construction walls up around that. And then over by Small World, they're not really in the way. It's just kind of interfering a small bit with the queue area, but not very much. You can very easily get past it without much problem. Both of those are scheduled to be done sometime this spring. Now in California Adventure, Pixar Pier, it's starting to take shape. Mickey's Fun Wheel is partially recolored already, and you can see that one of the screen tunnels is already done in its new red color, which actually looks really cool. And they're in the process of adding the other new screen tunnels onto the Incredicoaster and finishing up the repainting and retouching everything on the coaster itself, and it's starting to look really, really nice. There's all the same scrims around everywhere, and you can only go as far as Toy Story Mania on one side, and around the other direction, you can only get as far as the Silly Symphony swings before you hit walls, and you cannot go all the way through. That has not changed. Right now, the Cove Bar is open again for a very brief period of time, though we'll be closing again in just a few weeks. You can also now see more of the new color scheme that's coming with Pixar Pier. I actually was a little bit skeptical, and I mentioned this before, about the color of blue that they're wanting to add on to Toy Story Midway Mania. As they've been getting it finished, you can actually see it over the walls, and actually it looks really, really good. So I'm starting to get very, very excited for how this is all going to look, and I think it's going to come together very, very nicely. As for right now, not much has really changed in terms of the actual foot traffic or the traffic pattern for crowds through Paradise Park and the rest of California Adventure. So if you are wanting a little bit more information about that, you can check out our previous construction update video where we talked a little bit about that so you can know what to expect. Mostly right now it's just that you can actually start seeing Paradise Pier changing into Pixar Pier. As we have mentioned, Pixar Pier is set to be finished on the 23rd of June of this year. So not much longer we have to wait for that. So that'll be pretty cool. Those are our little bit updates for this week. So that just gives you a little bit of information, some things to look forward to if you're traveling to Disneyland before June, so you can understand and know what to expect. But other than that, that will do us for right now. So make sure you like and subscribe to get more of our videos, and follow us on Facebook, all our other social media, visit our webpage, DisneylandForever.com, and keep checking back here for updates as we go along, and we will see you guys next week. Bye.